Welcome to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus and we are up to episode 9 of our Let's Play, and I think that before we dive in, I have some really cool things planned for this episode. But before we dive in, I think I just need to explain some of the concepts of this Let's Play. So Let's Plays can come in many shapes and forms, and sometimes a Let's Play is everything I do is on camera. And in a game like this, where you transition into a point where you need to build a big, then that's not great, right? So I do make things off camera, and I do that because I basically take each of these episodes that you watch here on YouTube. It takes about, you'll get around 30 to 45 minutes of runtime, but behind the scenes it's about 4 hours of playthrough. The reason why I do that is because I expect to play this game for, let's say, about 200 hours, so maybe 50 episodes. Yeah, that sounds good. But 200 hours, and if I put everything on camera, that would be 200, 300 episodes. And no one's going to watch a Let's Play of 300 episodes, and no one's going to watch me set up yet another smelting column. So we are going to do things off camera that is just more of the same, like this. Even though we haven't built the prisms, then prisms just get stuff in, get stuff out. And that, especially because I figured out that I built this and then I built it incorrectly, so in the end I'm gonna have to throw it away anyway. So I'm not super proud of these kind of things, but it does mean that, for example, in the previous episode, I think there was a comment about, so where is he requesting the green circuits and the magnetic cords? Well, I built this thing off camera because, well, it's just one light in, one light out. If it's fully operational, which it's not, then it would build 2 lanes, or 2 times 12 coils out, 2 times 12 green circuits out. That's pretty cool. We also got the little plasma inserter, the things I built after the last episode. It's just, I mean, there are a lot of these things that just, you build it and then, yeah, you have it. So I'm going to focus on stuff that's new and innovative, hopefully, and interesting for you to watch, instead of things that are just more of the same. There will be a few more of the same things, but I'm going to try to browse through them with time-lapse. And I hope that makes sense, because I want to keep this entertaining for you, even when we get to episode 40. And I can only do that if I compress a lot of gameplay into a Let's Play. So that is the explanation why some things might be off camera. You're very welcome to ask about it, and if there's something I completely missed showing, then of course that's not good. But let me know if you like this idea. I think a lot of people would go like, oh, we want to see all of it, and then you will at the same pace also say, yeah, but I don't want to watch a 200 episode Let's Play. And so it's kind of finding the balance of making things entertaining. Anyway, we're going to do something awesome. I've already started. We have at the top of the world, this is always at the north, and this is on my home planet. This is going to be our polar hub. I have a tutorial detailed how to build it, so I'm not going to go super into detail about how to build it, but we are going to build it in this episode, because this enables us to build everything. I know that the previous episode was called Anything and Everything, and most of you got the reference, obviously. But I didn't have the time in the previous episode to also build this part, because it's big and it's going to lead into other problems. Right now, our power is not great, and stamping down these kind of things that take a stupid amount of power to charge, not continuously, it only takes 60 kilowatt continuous, but it takes a lot of power to charge. That's going to be a problem. So what I want to do is, I want to make sure that any load drawn here, and this one is here. This means that each of these will build something for us. And I'm going to build around this globe like this, and I can build it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we learned from the previous section. And by taking this one and copying, it should retain the same settings here. And I don't want to set any other settings yet. So we build this all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see now this is a quadrant like that, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and that means I can get 16 all the way around. And now we see the power is awful. That's not good, and that's something we're gonna fix before we actually build any more of this part, because I need a lot of power to charge this, otherwise everything in the base will be stalling, and it actually kind of will. So what I need to do is, well, look to the star, look to the sun, look to the sun. Well, you could kind of look at the... Where the hell is it? Someone stole my sun. It should be... There it is. How's that so difficult to find? There we go. I'm gonna need to fill this up with solar panels, but in order for us to fill it up with solar panels, we are going to need some ray guns. We are going to need some receivers to receive it. That's as part of building the first Dyson swarm, and I want to build it, but I don't want to handcraft things. I want to make sure that we have everything and anything all of the time, anywhere, and that's what this last bit of the hub is for, the polar hub. And of course, there's a much more detailed explanation of how it works, how to build it, what the kinks and quirks are, linked below in the first pinned comment. That's where I should put it. Cool. So this looks amazing, and in my opinion, just make a crown on this planet, and they would like to be started. So I'm gonna start with this one, and it's gonna be a repeating pattern that is super simple, and it's gonna be the same all the time. Like something like this, maybe. Yeah. So each of these will only build one thing, and you go like, what? Are you insane? Well, kind of, but not really. And what are the most important things? I want to build the solar panel. Sorry, but yeah, we need to structure solar panels. So I need to bring copper in. I need to bring purified silicon, and I need to bring green circuits. All of these things we have, and that will then give us solar panels. Yay! We do have some solar panels though. And what that means is this one will get the 3 outputs. I will do that as that one. Here. Here. Then I will, please don't mess it up this time. They will go in here. Then I will build a box next to it, which will also be fed. And then I'll build a return line. The reason why I built a box is manifold. Let's call it manifold. Alright, so let me explain how this works. That one is the good location. There. Now we obviously don't have enough power. We are really struggling with power, like a lot. Okay, so when I put things in here, first I'm going to build some of these. When I put things in here, then I'm going to request 200 plus 200 plus 2000. Yep, 2000, 2000, 2000. I don't need to request much. The amount I set here is the amount that I want to get on a foreign planet. So let's say 500. I don't want more than 500 if I request it on another planet. Just give me 500. That should be enough to sort of fill up a planet with what I need. So let's get 500 here. But I might want to build more than 500 in a buffer, so I can request 500, and then I can request 500 without waiting for the crafting time. 5 seconds times 500, 2500 crafting time. So I'm also going to have a buffer here. But if I put the buffer in there, and then once we upgrade all of the vessels, then the vessels will actually be sending a lot more out. So this one should be, I'll just put 5 in here. Later on we'll put 6, or we'll put 10, but we'll put 5. I will set this one up immediately. And this one will be locally supplying and globally supplying. And then I'm going to request, request, and request, or demand in this game. And it just so happens that I actually have a few of this at my old location, old base, actually being built right here. We have a little hack that's going on. That one. So I do have the option of pre-filling this a bit. Yay! Excellent. And no point in this one continuing. I also have a few of these. Thank you. Let's go back up here because we are going to need it. The reason why I'm starting with solar panels is, well, there's a few reasons for it. One is here. This one, it needs to be empty. This is where we are going to request warpers. And actually 500. I'm going to take some of these out. There. And that's exactly 500. Well, it's 520. Cool. We need more power. Before I start working all of this, I need more power. So let's take all of this inside here. None of this is going to be used. It could later on be some other kind of power, but at this point, it's pretty obvious that we should use it for... hold on, that's not... Oops. There. I always build it on the entire intersection because it looks so much better. At least in my opinion. And that one doesn't quite do what I want. I have to look at it's done the outside one. There. Yes. All the way in. All the way in. Is that correct? No, that one's not correct. That is correct. And I can continue in here. Yep, that's correct. And even further in. And of course, as we do this, it is pretty obvious that this is a good opportunity for me to build it on a... Yep, there. And then one in the middle. Woohoo! Yep, so as you can see, we are going to stamp some solar panels in. And now we have solar panels, and solar panels are actually being made here. They're not going to be made very quickly, but I think that's important for us to actually start making it. Because the power is so low, we really need to make sure that we focus on getting the power up and running. And this is dead space anyway. It can be used for ray receivers when you have it, but I don't have ray receivers right now. So, solar panels it is. So that is a good start, but certainly not the solution to all of our problems. If we look at the power right now, is it getting better? Yeah, it's definitely getting better. So this has definitely helped. Also, what has helped is the fact that this one is now, well, it's not actually fully saturated. So what I need to do is going on to the next. There are a few that are a bit special. And those will be dealt with sort of independently. But the idea is going to be the same. That this one will be here, this one will be here, and then I'm going to take, this is going to be something else. This one will, and there is a specific sequence of events here. This will be a particle collider. I don't have particle collider right now, but the reason for that is the particle collider is using a material that we are going to need. I'm going to just sort of preemptively do these kind of things. The particle collider, the satellite, and the ray receiver. A ray receiver is something I have here. This one has 5 inputs. The particle collider and the satellite. They are, let's see. The satellite is weird. That is this one, satellite power. This needs, basically what I'm doing is the supermagnetic rings. I'm going to save those and only get those in one place. So I'm going to get the satellite, what is it called? The supermagnetic ring in at this point. That's going to be in the middle of these 3. Then I'm going to have the particle collider on one side. Particle collider here is also one of the things that require 5 items. So 5 items, I can't really get that in. But if I get the supermagnetic rings from this one, and then I also get on the ray receiver, also the supermagnetic rings from that, then it should be good. And I can now do this one again, and then of course I'm gonna disable that. And this one will be, let's see, then I need to get this intersection. And again, we can, oh, we can't quite do that. There. And I think that it will be safer to take all of this down to 1. So this one will be particle colliders that we don't have at this moment. This one will be super important thing, ray receivers. This is what enables us to actually build this. Should I make it at the top one? I guess it's easier because then I can figure out what the next is. So then will be, this one will be steel, And what was it? What else is it? By the way, we're not going to go through all of these. Don't worry. We're just going to go a few of them. And this is the photon things that we don't have yet. But I'm going to build it. You know, it's super simple. I have the prisms. I have the green circuit. So we're going to do that. Or maybe we'll build it as part of our solar panel build. And what is the last thing this one needs? It is the processors here. The reason why I'm taking this one is because then you can see how it looks when you have multiple locations or multiple things there. And then I'm gonna get, oops, there. That one. Ah man, this is wrong. I skipped the most important one. And then if I'm lucky, then it did copy all of this. Yes, it did. Alright, so this one will be satellites. I don't have the satellite power, but the point is this one can be here. That means I can get this part over in the other locations. Here. And that will be 1, and it'll be 2, and then it'll be 3. No. This is kind of not great. And I will take this one over here again. Then it'll build these 3. I'll take this one, which unfortunately I forgot to build this first. There. And power pole at this location, power pole here, power pole at this location. Now I'm going to build the ray receivers, because those are the ones that I actually needed. I need this one going. Yep. And here. Then I'm gonna get an extra line out here. Here and here. And that will be going in here. This is gonna be the ray receivers. And then we have the normal outbound there, which enables us to copy this one in, like so. Alright, so this one can now be ray receivers. It'll receive all these 5 things, build it in here, and that's going to be an essential part of what we need to do next. Of course, we need to still edit all of these values, and that's going to take an absolute insane amount of time. So what I need to do is do the rest of the way around. You can keep up if you like and see how fast we can do this. So at this point, we've now made it all the way around. We've set up everything. It took a bit of time, yes, indeed, but we are also just not quite there yet, because if I set everything up, it's going to be an absolute disaster, and I can't do that. We're already pretty disastrous in our setup right now in terms of power. Power is not great. When all of these will sort of saturate, then I should kind of be good. Like this one is going all the way up, full charging, these ones. So a lot of them are actually good, but if I go down here, this is not charging complete, this is not charging. So once we do that, once they're going to be up and running, it should be better. But I don't want to start everything on charging. So let's figure out which ones are the most important ones. This one is the most important one because this makes drones for us. Drones is super important for us to have anywhere we want. I want to be able to request 500 drones from any planet I like. And then I'm just going to take 2,000 inbound of all of these. Also because this whole thing is not going to work unless I have drones and everything. And I don't have enough drones right now. So I'm going to put that in here. That one, get 5. And you go into this. So all of these, set them to storage. And then this one will be local supply and global supply. I call it global, even though it's not global, it's galactic. There we go. We're going to send all of these out. They will be going out to grab this. And this one, I think I actually want a full row of this. No, this actually 100. That's a bit much. So 5. So this is 500 plus 500 here. That means when I request 500 and I find out that I want more, then already 500 more should be crafted. And that's kind of how this is going to work. Yep, that is good. What else do we need? I think we want to set up the vessels because that's also super important. I have set up the vessels. The reason why I'm not doing the same as for this part is because this is actually going to be used as well for one more thing, and that's going to be the one that I really want when I get the yellow. The gas giant exploitation also needs heavy thrusters, 20 of them. So I need to put this into a logistics setup. How many heavy thrusters do we want? I don't actually want a lot of these stored, so let's get these very, very modest numbers here. And again, put some drones in. That's again way too many. I just don't bother with rounding off here anymore. That one, and then get 5 of these in here. These will never be requested off planet. They shouldn't be, at least. This one. Then maybe this one should not be requested. Doesn't matter. This one is then also going to be important. I will get just 100 of these, and I'll only request 100 because that's insane. And this one, all the other ones go to 1,000. These are kind of expensive and annoying to make, so don't want to make those. Hey, we are out of drones. This one, I have 1. So now you can see the issue with this. I am simply not getting enough drones, and I'm not getting them in fast enough to make any difference. Right, this is going to be demand, there, demand, and there. And these will now be available because when I am on a different planet, I want to be able to request some logistics vessels so that I can get something there. This is all about setting up for future. That one. There is one more thing I want to set up, and I feel that's important. The other things we'll set up somehow later when things settle down. Why are we not seeing it? Where is it? There it is. That's the one. First though, I am going to go to a location where I know I have just a few built. Here. That was very, very hectic, this one. Oh, that's it? Oh, that's not great. Yeah, okay, this temporary thing is done. This temporary thing is also done. Not great. Move forward. Move forward. Faster forward. I really want to be sailing, but I don't want to be sailing. So, over here. Right, so how many do I want in this place? There is actually an argument for saying the enter is 0. I don't want any of them. I think I actually want to be saying I don't really need any of these because I'm not going to use them. So it is more about putting this one out there. So it'll be put on the belt and fill up there. That'll be the buffer then. And all the other things will just go in. I think 1,000 is actually better numbers than 2,000 here. At least. in the beginning. I forgot to put my few drones in here. There. So they are also coming, and then at this point you can also kind of wonder whether it's worth it to build. Do I really want 50 in this one? Probably not. Let's get 20 in each for now. That one definitely also got 2. That's 1. One more. So that's 20. And this one still has 30 of those. Alright, well I still scavenged a few, and that's all that matters. This one is getting 20. This one will be, I want 100, and I want 1,000 of these, and I want 1,000 of this. Come on. And let's get 20. There you go. And definitely 5 of these. Definitely not 10 of those. How did I get so many? And this one will be provided. How many do I want extra? They only stack to 5, so I have 100 plus 50 here. That's probably fine. And no. The funny thing is here, this teeny tiny thing is 100, but this is also 100. And then I'm going to go into the next one, which I'm not going to build. So those are the ones that I absolutely want to build. Solar panels and drones, vessels, and our planetary. I don't really need a lot, but it is important for us. Here. So we now have... Oh, this is not actually the correct one. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of small mistakes that we will have to fix eventually. Oh yeah, they're not coming in. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Just want to see if it works. Something inbound, 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 and none of these are inbound yet. But when they get inbound, then we'll start to see this one actually producing. Oh, there it is. Yeah, they're slowly working. This is not actually the part. This is not using a lot of... Oh, man, look at the calculation here. How much it fluctuates. So this will work. Right, when it just slowly gets up to 20 and it works... It's gonna build, it's gonna come in here. Are you ready? You are not ready for all of it. That one is still inbound. Cool. Right, so at this point we are now ready to expand to a new planet, and what I need at the new planet is just a few things. I will be bringing stuff along with there. I'm just gonna remove the litter. We do need a few things on the new planet. To build things. I'm going to bring some vessels. I'm going to bring some logistics drones. I would like to bring some more drones, but I can't. I'm going to build a lot of conveyors, some sorters, a lot of miners, and yeah. So let's we can actually do this. So originally I would be building a hub on the second planet. That is just not where we are right now. I can't do that. We're simply not sort of strong enough for that yet. And this one... Oh, this is one of those that can easily be requested if I feel like it or if I need it. What else do we need? We need like belts. Let's get those belts here. Definitely all the belts. Some of this... I can take a few more here. We have some of that. And I think I need a few more. That one here. I need a few more of these. I just feel it. And what else? Storage chest, that kind of thing. No, I think this is fine. The one thing that we do need, like a lot of, is the solar panels. Now I can't build the solar panels yet, or I can't. I'm gonna have to request it. So let's get this one. Get some of these. They do have logistics vessels. That's fine. And this one will always keep working. It'll build up this part. Oh, that's actually only 200. That's not a lot. Actually, I'm just going to move it up to 600 here. I want to be able to... That might be a bit much. There, 200, 300, 400. That's what we need. And that will allow us to go to the next new planet. That is called St. Cabbage 3, 4, and 3, 4 something. But it's going to be changed the name to just 2, Nasty. Why this name? Well, there is a patron supporter with this Discord name, Just Too Nasty, who has been a loyal Templar of the Path for a long time, like many years, 3 years or something, and they definitely deserve to get their own planets. I've also asked the people who are sponsoring planets what color they want, so they can choose the color scheme of their planet. That's something we're going to do a bit later, but definitely let's head out to a new planet. That is the whole point of that. Now what we can do here is that we can, this planet, the intention is that it's going to be very heavy on smelting. I wanted for this system to be my smelting planet. So let's land here, see what it has to offer. Oh, went into orbit. That's what happens with orbital mechanics. You accidentally go into orbit. Oh, did I forget to check? Yeah, I forgot to check if I have some power. Whoops. That's not great. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's going to be iron ore. 1 million, that's not very much. We have such a problem with iron ore. We have copper ore a lot, silicon ore a lot, no titanium, that sucks. A lot of stone. So what are the things that I want to do first? When I land on a planet, there will be 3 things I want to do. I want to draw power lines on the prime meridians down here, the 4 quadrants. Then I want to draw parallel lines of solar panels so that we split this area into multiple regions, so they will be built on the fault lines, or the shifts, or whatever we want to call them, and that will mean that I can easily see where I want to build. Now, one of the things that's so cool about the design is, like, this side of the planet is full of materials, this side of the planet doesn't have any. So that will be, this is for building smelting columns, and this is for mining. I love the fact that they've done that. Such a small thing, but really, really nice. And I am going to start going up here. You can also see this. There are some pits. No water though. Here there are also some hills that we can take. That will be a good place for us to grab. Like these. That's pits actually. Damn. Alright, so at the top of the world, I'm going to start putting one of these in. Now, it's not going to work because I don't have anything to fuel it with. What I am going to do is draw lines down here. I'm going to just show you one line so that you get a sense of it. I'm going to jump here. That now 4 tiles or 4 squares. Then I'm going to jump 4 squares. That's 2 rings. Then this one is another ring of 3 and another ring of 3. I can jump that. Then we go into 5 squares there and another one with 5 squares. Then the next one will be for 10 squares, which is too big for us to reach all the way like that. So we put one of these in the middle. I'll put this one, a normal one, in the middle. It will reach. But the idea of having this one in the middle means that I can see which one it is. It's actually not a good idea now that I think of it, because I'm going to remove a lot of the other ones as soon as I get the solar panels. This one we get then into towards the biggest areas close to the equator. I'll have to do 3 plus 2 plus 3. This is the equator, and we can look down here. You can see that it is 0.0. Yep. And then we do the other way. 3 plus 2 plus 3. And yes, I know that some will go like, these take a lot of power when they're just by being idle. I know, it sucks, but I need to do something about it. That one, I will take out actually, honestly, a few of these, but I need to make this pattern so that you get a sense of what it does. And then I'm going to show you the other pattern, and then we'll do time-lapse the actual construction of it. I think that makes sense. So that's the 5. Those are the 5 plus 5. Then it goes to 3 plus 3. And then it goes 2 plus 2. And then it goes all the way to the middle. Ta-da! And that will be, if we look at the planet, I think there's a way for me to check this one. You can see now there's a power line connecting the north and the south pole on this planet. And what I'm going to do then is make some... Oh yeah, I have a few solar panels. That's actually pretty good. Let's see, where are the things that I want to do? So I want to make the solar panels starting at the equatorial line. Let's go all the way to the equator. That is here. So on the equatorial line, I am going to build, and then I just build it, and then the first thing I do is remove it. Yay. There. And that also goes the other way. And then I just need to run all the way around getting these making these, and when I do that, you can see we are starting to get some power. It's not even filling up all the power needed for the mindless power tower. It's called wireless power tower, not a mindless power tower. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll be running around this planet a few times